Today I'm going to talk about how warfare technology has changed from World War I to today. Over time, war has gone from simple machines to advanced digital systems. But technology alone doesn't win wars. How it's used matters just as much. The main idea here is that technology doesn't automatically mean victory. A country can have better weapons, but that doesn't guarantee they'll win. Leadership, planning, and strategy matter just as much, maybe even more. There are a lot of examples where smaller or less advanced forces still win because they use smarter tactics. So you always have to look at both technology and human decision making together as a package. The main idea here is that technology doesn't automatically mean victory. A country can have better weapons, but that doesn't guarantee they'll win. Leadership, planning, and strategy matter just as much, maybe even more. There are a lot of examples where smaller or less advanced forces still win because they use smarter tactics. So you always have to look at both technology and human decision making together as a package. World War I was a massive turning point. It introduced weapons like machine guns, tanks, and airplanes on a large scale. This made war way more deadly and led to trench warfare, where soldiers were stuck in long defensive lines. Because of this, battles dragged on and caused massive casualties. It really showed how dangerous and terrifying new technology could really be, especially when armies didn't fully understand how to use it yet. Even though all this new technology existed, it wasn't used very well at first. Planes were mostly used for scouting instead of fighting. Tanks were slow, broke down a lot, and weren't very reliable. This shows that new invention takes time to figure out. Armies had to go through a lot of trial and error before these tools became actually useful in combat. After World War I, countries started focusing more on military innovation. This basically means learning from mistakes and improving their former strategies. Leaders studied what worked and what didn't during the war. That led to new ideas about how to use technology better in the future. It shows that adapting is just as important as inventing something new. One of the biggest changes was the invention of aircraft carriers. These ships allowed planes to take off and land at sea, which meant attacks could happen from much farther away. But not every country used them the same way. Some still focused on older ships like battleships, which limited how effective they truly were in battle. The United States is a really good example of adapting well. They used ships like the USS Langley to test new ideas. Pilots practiced landing on moving ships, which was really difficult. This kind of training helped them improve over time. Even though the ship itself wasn't super powerful, it helped build skills and strategies that became important later. World War One, I already messed that up. World War II showed how important aircraft carriers truly were. The attack on Pearl Harbor proved that battleships were vulnerable. Airplanes became the main way to attack enemies now. Battles could happen from far away without ships even seeing each other. This completely changed naval warfare. After World War II came the Cold War. The Cold War was a different kind of conflict because the United States and the Soviet Union didn't fight each other directly. Instead, they competed through technology, weapons, and influence around the world. One of the biggest parts of this was the nuclear arms race, where both sides built more and more powerful nuclear weapons. This created the idea of mutually assured destruction, or MAD, meaning that if one side attacked, both would be destroyed. Because of this technology became more about deterrence than actual fighting. The Cold War also included the space race, where satellites and rockets became more important for communication, spying, and military strategy. Overall, it showed how technology could shape war without direct combat, making conflict more about power, fear, and global influence. In conclusion, technology has changed warfare a lot, but it's not the only thing that matters. Success depends on how well people use and understand these tools. Leadership, strategy, and the ability to adapt are still the most important parts about war. Even the best technology can fail without good planning. So in the end, the human element is what really decides the outcome of a war.